all means, come on in.
Well, you're coming with us, Tanner.
I don't know who you are, but I know what you are. And what's this all about? What the hell is this all about? Who the hell are you guys?
Come on, kneel.
How long has he been here?
What's the matter with him?
Who called you?
Look,
Told you he
we'll
was
find
here.
out. All right? You know how he's holding. Nurse, I'm Lieutenant Nelson. I'm looking for Dr. Lutness, please.
I'm Dr. Lutness. Are you Lieutenant Nelson?
Yes, doctor. And these are two of Mr. Tanner's associates, B. Travis and Benzer.
Hello.
What happened to Dan?
He was shot in the head. The bullet, however, arced with the cranium over the cerebrum, causing little, if any, damage to the brain itself.
Well, are you saying he'll be okay then? Can we see him?
No, I'm sorry, not right now. What I'm saying is that because significant brain damage has not occurred, the prognosis is much better than one would have expected if the bullet had caused brain injury. He's alive.
You're in the hospital. We've been so worried about you.
Listen, you got shot, but you're okay. You're gonna be just fine, honest. I can't see. What?
I'm blind.
Dr. Redfield reports shock to Lauren administration.
Hello, Dan.
Well, Dave, it's about time.
Hold it. I'm not the one who put the no visitor sign on that door for 2 weeks.
Mhm.
The rest is doing you good. How do you feel?
Just fine, thanks.
What did doctors say?
Not much yet. I've been x-rayed, EEG'd, CAT scan, you name it. I think they ran out of needles.
Dan, who shot you?
A couple guys came busting through my door with a .22. I don't remember much after that.
Well, do you know who hired them? Who would want you dead?
You want the list alphabetically or in order of appearance?
What cases were you working on up to that night?
Runaway. 2 runaways. Missing person. The Gaylord case. Landauer case.
Hold it. Landauer, like in Landauer Oil?
Yeah, he's trying to acquire some oil leases from the government. And he's thinking one of his competitors might have been using underworld muscle to queer the proceedings.
So, the competitor could have ordered an execution.
There's no execution.
Dan, they tie your hands. They march you out into the desert and they try to put one between your eyes, and you're going to tell me.
Dave, I survived.
Because you were lucky.
Was I?
All right. What's the name of the person that Landauer hired you to investigate? The one with the alleged underworld ties?
John Varga.
That doesn't surprise me. You have anything on him?
No, I'd just begun working on the case. Look, Dave, I don't know why, but I'm getting this giant headache.
Okay, everybody. You know, it's a miracle that you're here. See you later.
he's trying
He's trying to kill you. He was checking your bandages. He's an intern.
What? His shoes, they squeaked. They squeaked. His shoes squeaked like that. At night.
What else do you remember about that night? What else do you remember about that night, Dan?
I don't remember anything.
It's easy for me to tell you. I think the reason you can't see is it's the same reason you can't remember anything.
What are you saying?
It's not easy for me to tell you this, but I believe that your loss of memory and your temporary blindness are both the results of severe emotional stress. Fancy way of saying your symptoms are psychological.
Doctor, a bullet went through the front of my skull and out the back. Are you trying to tell me I can't see because of some psychosomatic illness?
The bullet damaged the skull and there was some tissue swelling. But there was no damage to the eye, the optic nerve.
I can't see. It's not psychosomatic.
Dan, I believe that you believe that you cannot see. That you're extremely upset about what happened to you.
You talk to an expert.
Nobody...
I want you to consult an expert. And I'm not talking about a psychiatrist. There's nothing wrong with my mind.
All right.
And while I am here, I want to spend some time coping with the fact that I am blind.
All right, I'll send somebody around in the morning to start working with you.
Doctor, you're wrong.
I wondered if you could tell me how he's doing.
I'm sorry, sir. That's privileged information.
Oh.
Excuse me, I've got an emergency.
Sure.
Nobody on the street would talk, or nobody had anything to say?
It's the latter of the two. When it came to finding out who tried to kill you, my sources came up stumped.
Have you ruled out local talent?
I would intend to think so, yes.
Well, since the man I was hired to investigate spends a lot of time in Denver, he would have access to non-local talent.
Which means that John Varga is number one on my suspect list. You're moving around pretty good for 3.5 weeks.
Spoke too soon. Have you, talked to Varga yet?
Ever since the news media made a connection between the attempt on your life and him, he's only talked to lawyers. Those well-versed in libel suits. Or that's what he says.
Hi.
Hi.
I can see you're in good hands. I'll see you later, Dave.
Okay, Dave, thanks.
Hi, Lieutenant. So, you ordered the taxi here, or what?
Well, just in time.
Well, I see you're already packed.
Just because I'm blind doesn't mean I need a maid.
It's not a fact. You missed a little. Here, you sit, and I will zip.
Oh.
You got that?
I could use a porter, I guess.
I'll do my best. Watch the foot things. How many towels you got in here?
Here's a sandwich for you, Dan.
Oh, Bea, I'm not very hungry.
You gotta eat something. Now, come on.
Maybe later, huh?
I got it.
Oh, hi. I'm Philip Landau. I wonder if I might see Dan just for a moment.
Show him in, Binns.
Come on in.
Thanks.
Mr. Landauer,
Hello, Dan.
sit down.
No, I'm just going to stay a moment. You're supposed to be taking it easy anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, right.
Well, I just got back from Lebanon. I was delighted to hear that you've been released. You know, I feel responsible about this. No, if I hadn't hired you, then none of this would have happened.
Maybe, maybe not.
I understand you've already seen a specialist.
Yeah, he's going to give me his findings sometimes this week.
Good. Guy, I'm going to take care of him, you know, all the medical expenses, rehabilitation, everything. Is that clear?
Thank you.
Okay, and I want you to stay away from this Vargas investigation. Forget it.
Well, I have this friend. He works for the President's Task Force on Organized Crime, and he's looking into what you told me about Vargas' connections.
You see, if I could have just left this thing alone, you know, just let it fall. I mean, it's one thing to be, well, losing oil leases to a hood like Vargas. Still another to be responsible, well, I mean, for something like this.
I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, okay. Good night, Daniel.
I'll be in touch.
Yeah.
Well, everything's been all put away. Is there anything else you want us to do?
Yeah, there is one more thing.
What?
Please go home, you two.
You know what'd make me feel better? Why don't you let me sleep on the couch, just for tonight?
Absolutely not.
Dan, I know it's your house, and you know every square inch. Things are a little different now, don't you think?
Yeah. Things are very different. There's nothing you two can do to change that. I'm blind. I'm blind, Vince. I'm blind, and you two tiptoeing around here and waiting on me hand and foot is not going to help. I mean, you've been helpful, and I appreciate it, but please go home. I can handle it, all right?
We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks. Well, home sweet home. That will have to go. One step. Heck, nothing to it.
All right. That's still in. I don't think you hit him far enough to get in trouble. Keep an eye on this now, eh? Rain, huh? Land out. Dan, what in the world? You are the last person in the world I expected to see up and about at this hour.
Well, I got an early call from my friend in Washington.
You mean about Varga?
Yeah, regarding the oil leases. There's no indication that Varga was using underworld muscle to influence those officials.
What?
As a matter of fact, there's no connection with Varga and the syndicate at all.
Oh, I mean, as far as Washington is concerned, that is.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd check his local connections.
Dan, look, I told you, there's no reason for you to continue this.
Look, I started this job. I intend to finish it.
All right. Have you heard from that specialist of yours yet?
Yeah, he wants to see me today.
Great. Listen, I want to know exactly what he has to say. Any chance of you dropping by the office afterwards, say around 6 o'clock? I may have something of interest to you by then.
6 o'clock would be fine.
Great. See you.
Curve coming up. One step down. Want to jump over the door?
Oh, that's cute.
Just a thought.
You're a big help.
So, where to now? Home, yes?
I think I know where we can find John Varga.
But why would you want to? You have so much trouble. Why go looking for more?
Now, Vince, isn't he the guy we're investigating?
Just drive, huh?
Sorry.
Telephone call from Mr. Burton Cohen.
You see Varga?
Yeah, I see him. Look, do we have to go over there? He's got a couple monsters with him.
Let's just keep it casual, okay?
Hey, hey! Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Tony, what's these guys?
Hi, we'd like to talk to Mr. Varga.
It's okay, Vince. He knows who I am.
Yeah, what is it? What do you want?
Considering the circumstances, Mr. Varga, I thought we should meet. Maybe thank you for hiring inferior talents.
Let me straighten you out about something, once and for all. If I wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
Careful, Mr. Varga. This is a public place, and that did sound like a threat.
Don't push me, Tanner. They're cutting me to shreds on the news every night. The feds are thinking about passing on my bid for those oil leases because of what happened to you.
Are you saying you had nothing to do with it?
I'm saying that trip you took out into the desert will seem like a picnic when I get through with you.
Mr. Varga, is that another threat?
Get him out of here before I kill him myself.
Hey, come on! He can't even see! He's blind! Dan, you can't do anything. Come on. I'm sorry.
I talked with Tanner this morning. He refuses to give up the Varga investigation.
Why didn't you let us use another gun that night?
Because an execution with a .22 caliber bullet in the brain at close range in cool blood automatically spells mob. Besides, we weren't just trying to kill Tanner. We were supposed to be trying to make it look like a gangland slaying.
Well, you should have hired professionals.
I don't know any professionals. Anyway, trying to find one would have tipped off God only knows who to our plans.
Phil, is Tanner going to be able to see again?
We're finding out this afternoon. Now, gentlemen, please put on your thinking caps. Tanner's going to be a problem we're going to have to solve, and soon.
Couldn't do anything, that's all. I think we ought to call Lieutenant Nelson. Varga threatened you back there.
Twice.
Twice.
In front of witnesses.
In front of witnesses. What are you getting at?
Just that he came on like the tough, hot-headed wildcatter that he is. Not like someone who had ordered my execution.
It's true. I suppose if a guy like that wants you dead.
I wouldn't be here right now.
So now what?
I don't know, Vince. Why don't we grab some lunch, huh?
Okay. What time you see the specialist?
3.
Scared?
Yep.
Hello again, Dan.
Dr. Widener?
Are you the bottom line type, or does mumbo jumbo make you feel like you're getting your money's worth?
The bottom line, please.
I can find no evidence of organic pathology. I concur with the original diagnosis. Did Dr. Lutness explain to you the nature of hysterical...
Doctor, I can't accept the psychological hysteria explanation. I'm sorry.
Like most people, you underestimate the power of the subconscious.
I spent 2 bloody years in Vietnam. I know what it's like to be frightened. Do you know what I do for a living? I know how to cope with fear, Doctor.
You take pride in that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Well, I submit that this was one case where you couldn't handle the fear. Rather than admitting that, rather than dealing all that pride, such a catastrophic blow, you made a subconscious decision to simply forget that night altogether.
Did I simply decide not to see, too?
Yes. After all, what's the best way to avoid such a situation in the future? See to it that you can no longer pursue so dangerous a profession. Intercept the messages from your eyes to your brain. Become blind.
Do you hear what I'm saying, Doctor? I don't like being this way. I don't like being blind.
Your subconscious is quite unconcerned with how you consciously feel. All it cares about, all it wants, is to see that you survive. Sit down, sit down. Then, you reacted to the horrors of that night like a human being. You are a human being, are you not?
Am I going to see, Doctor?
Yes, you will. You'll regain your sight the moment you prove to your subconscious that you can survive without its help.
How do I do that?
By reliving that night. By remembering what you were feeling and coming to terms with it. You don't have to do it alone. A hypnotherapist will help you. If you agreed, I can put you in contact with one right now.
That's what they told you, Kay, but the information is wrong. Now, would you call Anchorage and straighten this out?
Thank you.
Vince?
Yeah.
That guy who just walked past us.
Yeah?
While I'm in with Landauer, find out who he is.
Okay.
Well, Daniel, come on in.
Hi.
Hi.
I'll be back in a minute, okay?
Okay.
Come on, let's see. Have it over here. All right.
Thank you.
Now, before I start with why I asked you to come down, what did the specialist say?
Good news. I won't bore you with the clinical details, but with a little work on my own, I should see again very soon, hopefully.
Well, that's wonderful. Actually, it makes kind of what I wanted to talk to you about, like icing on the cake. Here, I have an envelope for you. Hold it, Jan. It's a check for $10,000, a bonus.
But I didn't do anything to earn this.
Dan, please, come on, take it, will you?
If I took it, it would not be a bonus. It'd be something else, wouldn't it? Thanks anyway.
You insist on going on with the investigation.
Well, investigation is what I do for a living, right?
Well, all right. I'm going to get some information in about an hour. I'm going to have to talk to you about it tonight.
About Varga?
Yeah? But, I mean, you're going to be home late, say 10 o'clock?
Sure, drop by.
All right.
Hi.
I'll see you at 10. Yes, honey, would you ask Mr. Benton and Mr. Geddes to come down here, please?
That guy that walked by before, his name is George Benton, and his title is Superintendent of Drilling.
You mean he's on Landauer's payroll?
Yeah, now what's this about?
Come on, I'll tell you.
You two have a date tonight with Dan Tanner.
We need more time.
There is no more time. He's going to be able to see again. That means he can identify you and bury me. It's all been arranged. It has to be tonight.
Landauer? You think he's behind this?
It all makes sense, Vince. He tries to have me executed syndicate style, to make it look like Varga did it. The newspaper gets a hold of it, does a hatchet job on Varga, the government gets nervous, and Landauer ends up with the oil leases.
Guess he'd be afraid to hire outside pros, so he lets two of his own guys make the hit.
Which explains something that's been bothering me all along. Why I survived.
You know, if that's true, even though you do survive, Landauer comes out smelling like a rose.
Not quite. If I get my sight back...
When you get your sight back?
When I get my sight back, I can identify his boys, and he knows it.
You think he's going to try again, don't you?
I think I just gave him no choice.
Well, then we have to tell Nelson about it.
Because somebody's got squeaky shoes?
Come on, Dan, tell him what you just told me.
Vince, I have no proof.
So what are you going to do?
Got no choice. Got to nail him in the act.
Well, how are you going to do that?
Well, I'm betting 10 to 1 that Landauer sends his boys over to keep that appointment with me tonight. I'll just have to be ready for him.
You're hiding behind the refrigerator with the circuit breakers and the button on the strobe lights.
Right.
There's a knock at the door. I tell these guys, you're out, but you will be back shortly. I let them in. I lead them to the center of the room. I do the best I can to line them up with the strobe lights.
Right.
Now I turn to them and I say, would either of you like a drink? That's your cue to hit the circuit breakers.
Right.
The lights go off.
I hit the strobe lights.
They're temporarily blinded. I pull out the pistol. The lights come back on. We got the drop on them.
Piece of cake.
Some piece of cake.
Let's try it.
Damn! Oh, man, I'm sorry.
All right.
I should have told you. I didn't put that chair
Okay,
back. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault, Vince.
You don't have to pretend with me that it's okay. It's awful, isn't it?
Let's just say it's not my style. Let's try the lights.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, they come to the door. You let them in. And you say,
Would you like a drink?
at which point I turn out the lights. Hit the strobe once, twice. Lights come back on. Piece of cake. Do it.
You ready?
Let's go for it.
Hey, what if it isn't those two guys? What if it is Landauer?
I'm sure you'll think of something.
Is Tana in?
His secretary took him to dinner. She'll be dropping him off real soon. Come on in.
Thank you.
He was expecting Mr. Landauer, I thought.
He'll be here in a little while.
Well, while we're waiting, would anybody, would you like to?
Now,
Oh, we wait for Tana.
I can't see! I can't see! Burton, I can't see!
Hi, this is Dan Tanner. I'm out right now, but if you leave a name and a number and the time and date when you called...
No more chances, Tana.
Are you all right? Here, come here. Just grab my, come on. Lean on the desk a second. I gotta hit the lights. You okay? Just stay there. Stay right there. You all right? Listen, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
You've got a little blood on your lip.
That guy punched me all over the place. I went out. How'd you know that?
I can see.
You can see, can't you? You can see. You can see.
See, Vince. This place is a mess.
Yeah. Really? I can see, Vince.
Something that is the 5th show this week.
Nope, 4 shows, 2 films, and 1 burlesque review.
Ooh, I like that one.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh, you guys. I gotta say goodbye to my babysitter. I'll see you
Okay.
guys later.
Thanks for coming out tonight.
Thank you.
Drive
Bye-bye.
careful.
Where are you going?
Let's go for a walk.
We'll go for a walk.
Well, these, lights never look better to me.
Yeah. I can imagine.
I've been thinking about something a lot.
What?
You put your life on the line for me.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I do. You volunteered to help me. You saved my life. All I can think of to say is, thanks.
That's it? Thanks.